Good morning, and as always, thank you for joining with me. I did say last week that I would tell a story today which perhaps gives us reason to believe that often after the darkness does come the dawn. But let's be honest, when we're in the darkness, how easy it is to just give up, to throw the towel in. Anyway, the story is of a woman who had lost her dearest friend when she lost her mum. She told how mum used to clap loudest at the school plays, comforted her when dad died, encouraged her to go to university and in fact prayed for her all her life. As she sat at her mum's funeral, she found it difficult to breathe. Her place had always been with mum, taking her to the doctor, seeing to her medication, and now she was gone and she just felt so dreadfully alone. At the back of the church, the door opened and shut again, and footsteps hurried across the floor. A young man sat across from her and he whispered softly, "I'm late, I'm sorry about that," though no explanation, frankly, was necessary. After the eulogy, he leaned towards her and said, "Why do they keep calling her Mary when her name was Margaret?" The young woman said, "Because that was her name, Margaret, never Mary. Nobody ever called her Mary." She didn't recognise this person. Then he whispered, "Her name is Mary Peters." "Oh, that isn't who this is," she said. "I should know, it's my mum." "Is this the Methodist church?" "No," she said, "that's just across the road." She cupped her hands over her face, hoping she wouldn't laugh. She looked at this bewildered young man. He glanced around, deciding it was now too late for an exit, and at the final amen, he went quickly to the door to avoid the line-up, but waited until she emerged. He went forward and offered his profuse apologies. His name was Richard. He had just missed his aunt's funeral, and he said, "Would you join me for a coffee?" And she decided to risk the anger of the rest of the family by not going back to the reception, and she did join him. And that event began a lifelong journey. A year later they were married. And, by the way, they both arrived at the right church and right on time. But she closed by saying, "In my time of sorrow, God gave me laughter. In place of loneliness, God gave me love, and God gave me hope." Yeah, last week we spoke of the disciples up the mountain with Jesus and the elation and the joy they felt, but however, we know they didn't stay there. They had to return to the valley. And it's in the valley where life is real. It's in the valley where we face pain and sadness. It's there that we face reality. And God is also anxious that we don't forget the valley. It's there a young couple look on as their long hoped for child struggles. It's in the valley where folk make trips to the doctor fearing the worst. And it's in the valley that a wife sees her husband drifting away in dementia. May God be with us and lead us through whatever valley we are in right now. Whatever valley maybe you or I have to pass through this week. And give us strength and courage to be there for those who need our support. And to believe, as the psalm says, that even in that dark valley, God walks with us. God will be with you this week, and with me. May God bless us and those whom we know and love.